Good morning, family. May this be a year of love and kindness. May strangers come to be friends. May truth and compassion always guide us. Amen. May this be a year of hope and healing for all of those in need. May all of our deeds be a blessing. Amen. A new year, a good year, a chance to start all over. A new year, a sweet year, a chance to bring us closer. May this be a year of selfless giving. May this be a year of peace. And may we forgive and be forgiven. Amen. A new year, a good year, a chance to start all over. A new year, a sweet year, a chance to bring us closer, closer to the ones we love. A world that we can be proud of, long as there are stars above. Yes, there comes a new year. Amen, amen, yes. Good to see you. Yeah, love you too. I sing my love, I sing my love, I sing my love into the world. I sing my love, I sing my, hey David, I sing my love into the world. Phoenix is in the house. Oh, no, it's Houston, that's right. Houston's in the house. And Phoenix, there you go, man. I sing my love, sing my love, sing my love into the world. You can join me now. I sing my love, I sing my love, I sing my love into the world. I dance my joy, I dance my joy, I dance my joy into the world. I dance my joy, I dance my joy, I dance my joy into the world. I dance my joy, dance my joy, dance my joy into the world. Dance my joy, dance my joy, dance my joy into the world. I didn't go out last night, did you? Come on, come out tonight, right now, right now. I live my peace, I live my peace, I live my peace into the world. I live my peace, I live my peace, I live my peace into the world. I live my peace, I live my peace, I live my peace into the world. I live my peace, I live my peace, I live my peace into the world. I sing my love, I sing my love, I sing my love into the world. I sing my love, I do. I sing my love. I sing my love into the world. Yes, yes, yes. Come on, Joy. Yes, that's the music of Jack Fowler and Christy Snow. Back in the day when we were at a Silmar together. Just beautiful chant. I love it. I got one more for you. And Happy New Year. There was a time in my life when I thought I'd have to do it all for myself. I didn't know the grace of God was sufficient. Didn't know the love of God was at hand. But now I can say if you are discouraged, struggling just to make it through another day, you've got to let it go, let it all go. And this is what you've got to say. I release and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life. And my heart is open wide, yeah. I'm only here for God, amen. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith I see the light. I am free in the Spirit, amen. I am only here for God. I release and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life, and my heart is open wide. I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. Around the room and just smile and give yourself, or give your love away. Come on, give it away. Yes, good morning. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith I see the light. I am free in the Spirit, free in the Spirit, free in the Spirit, and I'm only here for God. Yeah, man, put your hands together. Say good morning to one another. Good morning. I invite you to be seated as we enjoy a video. It's a monthly video that we watch every month at the first of the month. It's called Flames of Faith. Take a breath.
Lighting the flames of faith. We perform this ceremony to promote the universal consciousness of life, which acknowledges that all people in all faiths, all sentient beings, come from the one great universal presence, which we call Spirit. Fundamental to this truth is the unifying nature of all religious thought and experience, which we honor here today. We light a candle for the Tao, honoring the universal path of harmony and equilibrium, the natural way. We light a candle for the shamanic traditions, honoring the beliefs and practices of all indigenous peoples, the way of primal spirituality. We light a candle for Hinduism, honoring the path of knowledge, action, and devotion. We light a candle for Judaism, honoring the ethical path of living by sacred law. We light a candle for all forms of Buddhism, honoring the Four Noble Truths and the path of compassion. We light a candle for all forms of Christianity, honoring the Christ consciousness as the path of love. We light a candle for all forms of Islam, honoring the path of submission to the will of God as the highest calling. We light a candle for the universalistic religion of Baha'i, honoring the path of unity and peace. We light a candle for all forms of New Thought, honoring the metaphysical path of mental healing through the practice of universal spiritual principles. We light a candle for all those who are as yet unaware of the power and the presence of Spirit in their lives, and for the space that we are holding for them at this center, and for all religions unnamed in this ceremony.
Happy New Year's. Can we give ourselves a hand for making it to 2023? Boy. My beautiful family, good morning. Welcome, everyone. My name is Dale Williams. My pronouns are he and him. I am a proud licensed practitioner here at the Spiritual Living Center of Atlanta. We are a center that educates and engages the seeker on their spiritual path. As a member of a global movement, Centers for Spiritual Living, our mission is to provide spiritual tools for personal and global transformation. Our purpose is to awaken humanity to a spiritual magnificence, and our vision, thank you. No matter where you are on your spiritual journey, SLCA is where you belong. For more information about today's service and ways to connect during the week, please take a moment to scan your QR code found either on the back of the seat in front of you or on the display on the monitors ahead. We gratefully appreciate your presence this morning. Peace and blessings.
Blessings, yes. I invite you to join with me. I invite you to join with me. You look so beautiful. I see what you mean, man. You're looking out here and you see these beautiful people. Let's sing together our opening song. It's called You Are Welcome Here, and indeed you are. You can stand if it feels comfortable to do so. Just know we welcome you just as you are. There is a space in my heart where I can find the truth. I find me in you, a truth beyond what you may see now. When we are one, put your hands together, we bring more good about. No matter who or what you call yourself or where you come from, there is a place in this world with open arms right now. Here we go. Welcome to love, welcome to peace, welcome to our community. Be who you are, let your light shine. We're so much more when we unite. You are welcome here. You are welcome here. See with new eyes, allow an unfold embrace. Let go, trust the flow. There's a freedom in love when you follow your heart. Together we are stronger than we can ever be apart. No matter who or what you call yourself, or where you come from, there is a place in this world with open arms right now. Welcome to love, welcome to peace, welcome to our community. Be who you are, let your light shine. We're so much more when we unite. You are welcome here. Look around the room, come on now. You are welcome here. Yes, indeed. Welcome at home and welcome in our room. Thank you. Please be seated.
Hello, everyone. I'm Mally Lapete, and my pronouns are she and her, and I gladly serve on the creative arts team here at SLCA. Good morning, all my beautiful new babies. Happy New Year. We're so happy that you chose to begin your year here at SLCA. We have so many great opportunities for you to connect, grow, serve, give, etc., etc. Many great opportunities. So for more information about all that, check the QR code on the back of the chair in front of you, or the one on your monitor, or there's a big old wall in the lobby full of information. We'd like to thank all of you who faithfully give to SLCA. Thank you. An afternoon of jazz is back at SLCA, and we are thrilled for you to join us yet another amazing line-up of some of Atlanta's top jazz musicians. Thanks to a generous grant, this event is free to everyone and will take place on January 15th from 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. Right on. Thank you, Penelope. I'm ready now. Are you ready to set your intentions for 2023? What are you going to let go of? Well, pick up a copy of the SLCA Personal Intention Settings Workbook. It's an actual workbook. It's free. It's out there. It's for you after the service today in the lobby. Speaking of setting your intentions, sign up today on Breeze for a one-day intention setting workshop with SLCA practitioner Letitia Dickerson on January 21st, beginning at 9:30 a.m. right here at the center. This workshop is filled with activities like a vision board, a little writing session, some affirmations, yay, you things. So please join us and make strategies that will prepare you for an amazing year. It's that time. During the month of January, we discounted our SLCA shirts by 25%. Did you know that we have both short and long sleeve shirts? So pick up an extra shirt for you or buy one for a friend while they're on sale. Have you registered on Breeze yet for the incredibly special SLCA service on Sunday, January 22nd? Do you have to register? Our service will begin at 3 p.m. You do? Nah. Shannon? Okay, I will continue. Our service will begin at 3 p.m. Eastern Time and will take place not here, but at the Unitarian Universalist Congregation of Atlanta at 2650 North Druid Hills Road. It's not far from here at all. It will be the same amazing SLCA Sunday experience that you are used to here, just at a different time and location. We have so many special things planned for that day, and we want you to join us. We will not have the morning service per usual here on the 22nd, so plan to stay afterwards over there for some dinner and social fun and fellowship. How can you serve at SLCA? I know you've been asking yourself that. Hey, it's 2023. Let's turn around. I'm going to serve. You can serve. We're currently looking for Sunday greeters and ushers to welcome our community. Those wishing to assist with weekly cleaning of the center and Maddie's hospitality table. If any of these interest you and you're looking for other ways to reach out in your service, contact us after the service or during the week. Will all practitioners please make yourselves known in person and in the online chat right now to be recognized? Thank you so much. We welcome each of you in need of prayer to remain in the room to reach out to a practitioner online or for one-on-one prayer with a licensed practitioner. In-person practitioners will be sitting in chairs on both sides of the sanctuary after the service. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. You belong.
It is now time for affirmative prayer. I love this part of my day because this is the moment, or this is the time that I get to connect to the source. Reverend David article in the Science of Mind magazine is about philosophy in action. And that stems around Ernest Holmes' Naked Truth. So what I would ask for you right now is to quiet yourselves and sit back straight up in your chairs and your feet on the floor. And imagine your feet being the seed that the planter plants in the ground for the harvest. This is 2023. We're ready for the harvest. And I ask that you slowly breathe in, God is, and exhale, love, a couple times. God is, love. God is, love. God is, love. This is what I know. There's one source that is called by many names. The source is called by Elohim, it's called by Yahshua, it's called by Yahweh, it's called by Allah, Buddha, Krishna, Mother, Father, God, divine intelligence, infinite intelligence. It is the reason for the season. I am a manifestation of God's idea. God is so much a part of me that I don't know where God ends and I began. For you can no longer separate me from God than you can separate air. I am the voice of God. I am the attitude of God. I am the nature of God. I am God's creation. I am in the sun. I am in the rain. I am in the snow. I am in the snow on every beach. I am in the grass. I am in the ground. I am in the animals that eat and feast off the land. I am part of the fish in the sea, for I am the sea. I am the drop from the ocean that has the mighty ocean in my drop. I am so grateful today to know who I am and whose I am, and that I was created out of love, for love, to love. And that this love is the key to the universe. This love is the key to happiness. This love is the key to health and wealth and all that you desire. I've been chosen. You've been chosen even before the womb. Oh, there's a power here that is right here with us. It's the reason for my heartbeat. It's the reason that these doors are open. It's the reason that I have a message. It's the reason for the service. It's the reason for the participation. I'm so glad today that I serve a God that is loving and caring. And I'm so glad to know that science of mind is not a religion, but it's a philosophy. It talks about life and the nature of law and how it is governed and directed by thought, constantly being aware of the spiritual realm and knowing that God is in, around, and all of us. And the psalm says there's a power in the universe greater than I am, and that I can use it. I stand on that power. For that power is my inheritance. I was created to be happy, to be free. So I lack nothing because God is in the seen and the unseen. There's nothing, nowhere where God is not. For God is the Alpha and the Omega, the beginning and the end. Omnipotent, omnipresent, omnipotent. There's no place, there's nothing there's nothing that we can worry about. And Ernest Holmes says in the Word, he says, the Word is love and harmony and the presence of good. And that this word will strike down every unjust man-made law and cast it back to where it comes from, the nothing that it's come from. It cannot be replaced. It cannot be removed. It cannot be manipulated. It is all power. It's the only, and there's no opposition. So this power is not sitting here waiting on anything. We are tapping into that power. We are that power. Own your power in 2023. This year is yours. We've been given a gift of choice. Pain is inevitable. Misery is an option. We choose to be winners. You are already a winner. You were born to be a winner. And I'm claiming that today. Oh, I'm so grateful today for the SLCA and Reverend David and all the people that had anything to do with opening up these doors and allowing us to be here. And for those on Zoom, I want you to know that we love you because you're family. The ties that bind us together are stronger than those that will tear us apart. You're needed. We're needed. We're all needed. And I'm glad to be here. Oh, I'm so glad to be here. Amen. Shalom. And if you agree with me, let us say together, and so it is.
With every prayer, I breathe the heart of God. I breathe the love of God through me. With every prayer, I breathe the heart of God. I breathe the love of God through me. As I open and allow, I know right here and now, I create a world where wonders never cease. With every prayer, I breathe the heart of God. I breathe the love of God through me. Love of God through me.
Good morning. Happy New Year. It's a good day to be together, yes? Oh, I'm so excited to see a full house today. Welcome to Spiritual Living Center of Atlanta. I'm David Alexander, Spiritual Director here. My pronouns are he and his, and this is a good day to be together. I hope you all had a wonderful holiday season. I want to say Habari Gani to our those of us observing Kwanzaa. I believe we're on the last night of Kwanzaa. The principle today is creativity, and that's a good day and a good time to be about opening ourselves up to the creativity of what we are going to create together as individuals and as community this year. Amen? I've spent some downtime trying to catch up on what I thought was a new show. I've been binge watching Yellowstone, but I'm very confused because I started on season 5. I thought it was a brand new show. My friends are like, no, this thing's been out for 5 years. I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about. So I still don't know who killed the cows, and I'm very upset about it. family in town. We've been, you know you are Southern when you, and my parents are right here. Thank you. I want you all to know that I'm adjusting very well. You know you're Southern when a family outing includes going to a gas station that has its own mascot, and you're there to have dinner. And it takes you at least an hour to get there. Yeah, people know the Gospel of Buc-ee's. All right. Let's get started. This is not a comedy show. Today we begin again. This is our theme for this month. We continue to be about belonging here at SLCA. So our theme all year will continue to circle around belonging and community. But today, this month, we're going to focus on beginning again. What does it mean to begin again in our spirit, in our soul, and in community? I'll spend the next 4 weeks after today. Today's a special day of music and message and ritual, and so we'll be moving together today, weaving in and out of message, music, and ritual today. Did everybody get flash paper and white stone when you came in? If you still need it, raise your hand, and we'll get somebody to you. Okay, we got a few people over on this side. Wonderful. So we'll be moving in and out of those elements today, and we'll guide you through all of that. But I want to begin with just, Dale did such a great job in the opening prayer, the Happy New Year's, and getting excited because yes, thank you, Dale. Here's the thing. Not everybody made it. Not everybody. You made it. You're here. Not everybody made it this year. Let me say this about spiritual community. Not every spiritual community made it. Not every Center for Spiritual Living, not every New Thought church, not every whatever denomination church, not all of them made it. Some of them last year went to online only, and they're not going back because they don't have the people, they don't have the resources, they don't have the support. We made it by the skin of our teeth. Don't get relaxed about that now. We got a long way to go. But we're here. You're here physically. We're here physically. We have people joining us online around the country because this is where they choose to spend their time, to wake up early on the West Coast of the United States and around the country to tune in and to be with us and to call Spiritual Living Center of Atlanta their home. There's something happening here that is exciting. You are on time in God's time. And as the old beautiful and fun gospel song says, God is not through with me yet. Amen, somebody? God is not through with me yet. You turn to your neighbor and say, God is not through with me yet. Now, I believe that every good beginning begins with a good ending. Every good beginning begins with a good ending. And so we come today to ritualize and to be in ceremony and community ritual together, to begin with the end, to conclude purposefully and mindfully about last year so that we set ourselves up to begin something powerfully this new year. If we contemplate this idea that we begin with a good ending, what we understand then is that every new beginning worthy of celebration, of enthusiasm, of focus, of intention, of awareness, must begin with a good ending, which is to say that every new endeavor's potential for success is based upon the full completion of the stage that went before it. Let me say that again. Every good endeavor that is its potential for success. So in your life, new relationship, new job, new year, new focus on your finances, health, well-being, whatever it is, every good endeavor, its full potential is based upon the full completion of the stage that went before it. If you don't finish that stage properly, then what you do is you drag it with you into the new thing. And if it's incomplete, then it doesn't matter how motivated you are to start on this new thing and go in a new direction and have new focus and everything else, it will rear its head to be dealt with, to be reconciled with, to be wrestled with. Anybody know what I'm talking about? You got some old stuff going on with the old job or the old relationship or the old whatever, and you start something new, and here it comes trickling along and say, who invited you to the party? And the universe says, you did, because you didn't complete it. You didn't end it. You didn't finish it. In the Gospels, we see in the Torah, in the beautiful, really what is a poem in Genesis about the beginning of creation, which is just one version of a creation story. But we see the pattern there, that darkness and then day, the first day. There was dark and there was light the first day. There was dark and there was light the second day. Everything begins in what you and I consider the ending. We consider the dark the end of the day. But the pattern is the darkness and the light the first day, the darkness and the light the second day. It doesn't begin with the sunrise. It begins with the sunset. It comes to completion. Now, completion is different than closure. I need to teach just a little bit on this today, because some people come to the table, come to the altar, come to the new year wanting closure on stuff. Anybody want closure on something in your life? Like, oh, I just want that. I just want to close that. Can I just close that account? Can I just be done with that? Where do I need to sign? Let me just get past that. Don't want to think about it again. Don't want to contemplate it again. Don't want it calling me no more. Don't want it, whatever it is, right? Your closure. But here's the deal, beloveds. There's no such thing as closure. It doesn't exist. You are an infinite spiritual being on an infinite spiritual journey, connected to an infinite energy, which we call God or Spirit, the infinite intelligence of the universe. It's all that there is. There's no beginning and no ending to it. It's infinitely flowing in through and as you and in through and as all creation. There's no such thing as closure. It's an illusion. It's an illusion that our mind makes up because it wants control. When you want closure for something, what you want is control. You think about it for a minute. Say, I want closure on that chapter of my life. You want to control the narrative. You don't like the fact that it's still creeping into the narrative. So I want to have closure on that so it's done and it's back there. Completion is different than closure. Completion is different than closure. Closure is driven by our ego. It's a subtle form of control. But completion is driven by our spiritual evolution. Completion means to go the distance, to be complete all the way, a sense of fullness. In this moment, I am full. I am complete, right? If I sit down for a meal and I have a good meal, and then I am full and I say, oh, yes, I'm full. That was good. I'm full. I'm complete for now. But it's complete for now. It doesn't mean that you won't be hungry again. It doesn't mean that you won't need nourishment in the future. But in this moment, you are full because the meal, watch this, has given you what you needed. Doesn't mean you won't be hungry again. Doesn't mean you won't go tiptoeing to the fridge when everybody else has gone to sleep. Right? That's okay. That's a different moment. But in this moment, you're complete. And so what I want to say to you today is that God is not through with you. You have more loving, more living, more learning to do because you are here, because you are present in this moment. But the question that we bring to the table as we begin our ritual time together is, are we complete? Are we complete with the lessons that have brought us to the threshold of this moment? Are we complete? Have you paid your full attention to what Spirit wants you to know about this past year? Have you received the nourishment, even if it didn't taste good? Even if it took you a long time for you to finish your plate? Right? Have you received the nourishment that it was intended to give to you? And you can't ask these questions without inviting insight and learning and awareness. And so we're going to do that together. We're going to create some time we'll start with our flash paper to be in that idea of, am I complete with last year? And if I am, what is it that I'm ready and willing to release? I'm complete with it. It's not closure, but I'm just releasing it because I'm good with what insight it brought me, with what awareness it brought to me. I'm thankful. I'm not running away from it. I'm not trying to hide from it. I'm not trying to get it behind me and never think about it again. I'm just saying thank you. I'm complete with this for now. So when you're ready, you can get out your flash paper. I want to talk about and presence James Baldwin here, who is anchoring our theme for the month, Begin Again. He says, not everything is lost. Responsibility cannot be lost. It can only be abdicated. If one refuses abdication, one begins again. All is not lost. Not everything is lost. Responsibility cannot be lost. It can only be abdicated. When one refuses abdication, one begins again. This moment is about beginning again. It's about refusing abdication. We refuse to abdicate this year. We refuse to abdicate our prosperity. We refuse to abdicate our wholeness. We refuse to abdicate our love. We refuse to abdicate success. We refuse to allow those things to be driven by the narrative of the collective consciousness of poverty, lack, limitation. And that narrative, whatever's happening in the economy, and whether it's the price of gas or the price of eggs. Good Lord, can we talk about the price of eggs for a minute? I got a child that loves eggs, and it hurts. It hurts. Even the cheap places to get eggs have gotten expensive. Amen? Very expensive, right? But I refuse to abdicate health, wholeness, success, prosperity to the narrative of those things, to the narrative of the world. The world wants you scared in a trance of scarcity and fear and everything else. And this moment is about refusing to abdicate to those ideas, those energies, and saying, no, I choose again. I take responsibility. As I'll be going through the series this month, Begin Again, it will be, a more familiar topic to some of you who've been around for a long time, would be back to basics. I'm going to go over the first 4 chapters of the Science of Mind starting next week. But in the old days, and we got some old timers here, what we used to call January topics. The first 4 chapters, the thing itself, right? What it does, the way it works, what it does, and how to use it. Those will be the titles and the themes for the next 4 weeks. But it's about beginning again. It's about refusing abdication to the narrative of the collective, wherever it's at, or refusing to abdicate to any ideas of old tapes that are running in our minds, and choosing responsibility, the responsibility of being aware of our consciousness and how to use it. The thing itself, what it does, how to use it, and the way it works, whatever order that's in. We'll figure it out starting next week, right? And how to use it in our life. So we begin again. But the first step in beginning again is to decide what we are complete with, ready to let go, ready to release, and saying thank you for. You don't have to like it. Thank you doesn't mean you fully appreciate it, right? You ever have somebody say something to you or do, and it really bothers you, and you don't like it, and you don't want, but there's a sense when you are done with whatever that is to just say thank you, right? Because it's more polite than other things you could say, which emotionally keep you hooked into it, by the way. When you learn how to just say thank you, even though you got a whole other words you want to put behind it, you get to release it and thank you. Thank you. And so take a moment now and begin reflecting. You have your flash paper. You can use the little stone if you need a hard surface, or if you back of your phone or whatever it is. And it's just a word or two that represent what it is that you are ready to release, what it is that you are grateful that is coming to completion in this last year. And it could be a word that represents several different things. So take a moment to breathe and just contemplate what that might be.
Be still and know that I am God. Be still and know that I am God. Be still and know. Be still and know that I am God. Be still and know that I am. Be still and know that I am God. Be still and know. I am letting go of the things that no longer serve me. As I'm letting go, I'm free, I am made whole.
For those of us participating online, if you don't have the flash paper, you can write it on a piece of scrap paper that you later burn in a fireplace if you have it, or in a safe canister or something outside later in the day, or simply something that you throw away later. Flash paper is just a dramatic way of representing this moment. You can adapt if you're at home, adapt as you are needed, but you are included in this ceremony. And so, a pretty full house, which is a blessing. And so I think I will ask our ushers to help us. I believe what we're going to do is we'll start on this side. Well, actually, you're going to come forward and drop it in our fire cauldron here. But we're actually going to have you walk around the sound booth here and come down this aisle here, past Kwanzaa, so that you can walk this way and then back to your seat. So a big loop. Does that make sense? And then we'll wave this way, then this section, and this section, and this section. You guys have lots of time to write. And if it passes you and you're not ready yet, you can just jump in the line whenever you're ready. But our John and Sonny will help us, and we'll have some music while we do that.
I surrender all to you. I freely give. I will ever love and trust you. In your presence daily live. I surrender. All to you, our precious Spirit, I
surrender all to Spirit. I surrender humbly in your presence. Give worldly pleasures all forsaken. Take me, Spirit, take me now. I surrender all. I surrender all to you, our precious Spirit. I surrender all to Spirit. I surrender. Make me what is wholly thine. Fill me with your Holy Spirit. Truly know that love is mine. I surrender all. I surrender all to you, my precious Spirit. I surrender all to Spirit. I surrender. Love, I give myself to you. Fill me with your love and power. Let your blessings fall on me. I surrender all. I surrender all to you, our precious Spirit. I surrender.
So take a deep breath. We're ready to release all of these things and everything that they represent. They have served us. They have brought insights to us, lessons learned, nourishment at some level or another. And for now, we are complete. We are ready to let go, release, make room for new. I'll watch my eyebrows. Some of you remember that first year. Maddie saved my face that year. Yes.
Somebody didn't let go of their stuff.
There's some tissue paper in there. It is burning. I'm looking for where the nearest smoke alarm is. Thank you, Dale. There we go. All right, now take a deep breath. And so now what we know is that there's a horizon in front of us. We have cleared the obstruction in the path. It's calling us forth. It's calling us here. It's saying, come, come, come. And when we are complete, we bring our full selves to the present. In other words, we are now available. Ernest Holmes, the founder of Science of Mind, the philosophy that we teach, says there is a power within us which is greater than any condition that we ever contact. I'll say that last part again. There's a power within us which is greater than any condition that we ever come in contact with. It knows no obstruction, no obstacle. It transcends all because it is the final act of creation, the almighty indwelling in our souls. That spiral of life is upward. Evolution carries us forward, never backwards. Eternal progress and the progressive expansion is the law, and there are no breaks in its continuity. It seems to me, he continues, that our evolution is the result of the unfolding consciousness of that which already is, and need be but realized to become fact in our everyday life. And so what we really all long for is that desire to be home in our center, in our being, to be home in our family, in our relationships, in our workplace, to feel loved and respected for the gifts that we bring, to be honorably compensated and rewarded, and to be nourished and seen everywhere that we go. That's what the longing of humanity is. We center ourselves and our center on this idea of belonging. You belong. Came to me a couple of years ago and seemed to me so critical to the foundation of who we are. Ernest Holmes says it this way in this thing called life. He says, you belong to the universe. Sorry, this is from this thing called you. You belong to the universe in which you live. You are one with the creative genius back of this vast array of ceaseless motion, this original flow of life. And you are as much a part of it as the sun or the earth or the air. There's something inside of you telling you this, like a voice echoing from some mountaintop of inward vision, like a light no one has ever seen, like an impulse welling up from an invisible source. You belong to the universe in which you live. And so we come together this morning to catch that vision of what our intention, what our desire, what Spirit longs to have move through and as us as possibility into our future, into this new year. What is that word? What is that idea? What is that thing that we are claiming that on this rock I make this stand, on this principle, idea, or intention to manifest in this new year? Catching the vision for our life begins with making a decision to be the place where the vision may reside. Get that. Catching the vision isn't just feeling or sensing something. It's then making an intention. It's that refusal of abdication that James Baldwin speaks of. It's beginning again and saying, I dedicate myself to being the place where that vision can reside. Everything that travels through the one body of God, it is a microcosm of how our own bodies are made up. Both viruses and health and wellness work the same way. Something comes into the body, it must have a host in order to travel through the system. Are you willing to be the host for this intention that you have for your life? For this idea, that spirit that you hear echoing from that mountaintop, that something within you. Am I willing to be the host? Am I willing to be the place where the vision of my life resides? I am the place where God shows up. When we claim our word for the year, we refuse the abdication. We refuse to abdicate our wholeness. We refuse to give into that world of trance, of scarcity, of not enoughness and unworthiness. In the old days, now we're going way past the old timers of SLCA, now into the old timers of New Thought. If there's anybody here that learned denials from Emma Curtis Hopkins, I really want to talk to you because you've been around a long time. But maybe you did have a teacher who taught you the power of denials. We speak often in our classes about affirmative prayer, and affirmative prayer is always stating in the positive, claiming what you want. It's a beautiful thing, and Ernest Holmes was like, that's really adequate. That's all you need to do. But before Ernest Holmes, there were teachers who said, you need the affirmative prayer, but every once in a while, you need a different tool for the job. You need a tool called denial. And denial isn't saying, I don't believe it, it's not there, I don't, la, la, la. It's not the way in which we think of denial today. A denial in terms of spiritual prayer was to identify the thing that is standing in the way, the false idea, the negative thought, the false construct in society, and speak it clearly. Name it. How many people know you can't get over a problem until you name it, right? The whole work that we did on 12 steps of recovering from the disease of whiteness that we did a workbook on back in 2020, the whole idea was about we can't get over this until we name what's right in front of us. Alcoholic can't get clean until they name what the condition is. When we name it, it's not that we're giving it power, but rather the power of denial prayer is that you name it and then you refuse to give it power. You put it in its place. So you identify it and then you say, and this thing, this false idea, this false construct, this negative thing that has come from a false idea that power exists outside of me, it has no power to run my life. It has no power or control over me. I see it, it's there. It's in my mirror, it's in my viewpoint, but it has no power over me. That is the refusal, the abdication to reclaim our power by listening to what it is that Spirit desires for us. And so in a moment, we'll write our white stone, but I want to do this first to kind of just set the place. Take a breath. As you think about what that word might be, what is it that you probably, maybe some of you already knew what it was going to be as you came in the door this morning, or as you woke up, or as you were celebrating New Year's, you thought, this is what I'm ready for this year. And if you have that, that's great. If you don't, that's okay. And some of you, it may even change from what you thought it was going to be. Give yourself permission right now to just deeply listen to the heart space. And think, what is that idea? What is Spirit's idea, the highest idea for my life that I am ready and willing to step into, that I'm ready and willing to claim as not only possible, but that I'm willing to be the space for its existence this year? There's something within you that knows. That still small voice. And when it's ready, it will speak and you will hear it clearly. For now, just hold on to that word. Just hold it gently in your hand, if you will. You're not gripping onto it. You're not trying to force anything to happen. You're just beholding it. And I want to invite you to do this ritual with me before we write the words down on the stone. If you're willing, place your hands over your eyes and say silently to yourself, I now free my eyes to see clearly and fully the path of my highest well-being. I now free my eyes to see clearly and fully the path of my highest well-being. I free myself to see the highest and finest in everyone that I meet. I free myself to see the highest and finest in everyone that I meet. And I know that everywhere that I look, I see the face of God. I know that everywhere that I look, I see the face of God. Now, if you're willing, place your hands over your ears gently and say silently to yourself, I now free my ears to hear life's song. I now free my ears to hear life's song, singing through the wind, in the trees, and the birds, and the waves. And through the lips of those that I meet on my journey, I now free my ears to hear the song of life, singing through the wind and the trees and the birds and the air, and the waves of the ocean. Through the lips of those that I meet on my journey, I release and loose in me the gift of hearing, the essence of each person's individual message. I now loose and release in me the gift of hearing, the essence of each individual person's message. And if you're willing, place your hands gently over your mouth and say silently to yourself, I now free my lips to speak words of sensitivity and compassion and truth. I now free my lips to speak words of sensitivity, compassion, and truth. To speak clearly and honestly of justice and wholeness, powerfully to my true nature, and to honor through my speaking the true nature in all that I meet. To speak clearly, honestly, and powerfully of justice and wholeness, and to honor through my speaking the true nature of all that I meet. If you're willing, place your hands and place them on your forehead, just over your third eye. I now free my mind to free and think expansively, visionary thoughts, to dream fully and richly of my highest potential. My thoughts are the tools through which I fashion my tomorrows. I free my mind to think expansively, visionary thoughts, to dream fully and richly of my highest potential. My thoughts are the tools through which I fashion my tomorrows. And now, if you're willing, cover your heart with both of your hands. My heart is open and expanding to embracing life with passion and intensity that heals and empowers me. My heart is open and expanding to embrace life with a passion and intensity that heals and empowers me and creates a vibrancy and aliveness for myself and all around me, and creates a vibrancy and aliveness for myself and all around me. There's 2 more phases. Now place your hands on your side and just gently say, I know that my body is my home. I know that my body is my home. I love it. I honor it. I listen to it. It contains wisdom and insight and works with me for my greatest well-being. I know that my body is my home. I love it and honor it. I listen to it, for it contains wisdom and insight that works with me towards my greatest well-being. From this day forward, I will nurture and cherish just the way that it is and gratefully express my highest good. Now just take a deep breath. And know that your accomplishments and contributions are created through spirit and intelligence that is greater than all that you are. Through your intentions and your thoughts, through your actions and your existence that matters to the total stream of life. And say silently to yourself, I now free my whole being into the creative process of God. I now free my whole being into the creative process of God. I know that my desires and wants flow from this creative source within me, through me, and I trust and let go. And so it is. I know that my desires and wants flow from this creative source within me and through me. I trust and I let it go. And so it is. And so now with an open and clear vessel and channel through the eyes and the ears and the mouth and the vision, the mind and the body temple, turn to your white stone and be ready to write. Take the moment to write the intention of your word. Again, if you're joining us online and you don't have a white stone, you can write it in a journal. Just say my word for this year. You can write it on something sacred, put it on your altar, or keep it close to you. The white stone, the Jerusalem stone, represents that rock upon which we build the temple of our experience this year. Upon this rock, I will be a stand for this. I will be a place for this. I will be a portal of possibility for this in my life.
Dropping down to the truth of who I am. Dropping down, surrendering in love. Dropping down to the truth of who I am. Surrendering to love.
Okay. Those of you familiar with this tradition, we keep these stones, we put them on our altars or keep them near to us throughout the year. You might have a little pile and collection of them by now, and if this is your first, then welcome. And we know that you'll add more to it. We stand as a spiritual community that is committed to you following through on that word. The classes, the meditations, the offerings, the workshops, everything that we have here is about you getting to that. We don't need to know what it is. Spirit knows. And everything that we do, and the reason we ask people to tithe and to support and financially make this place possible is so that you can move towards this more clearly with resources and tools and all of those things, a clear consciousness. That's a good thing, yes? And we're going to add one more piece this year. And that piece is because we've been talking about, while everything that I just said, that would be a really fine place to end it, and it's probably the place where most New Thought communities end this piece, right? You've got your word, we're here to support you in that, and that's enough. But we've been talking this last month, I've been sharing with you how that's actually not quite it. Right? It's good to have our word. It's good to have our intention. It's good to be supported by that in community and have classes and resources and practitioners and workshops and all kinds of manner of things, messages that enhance that and move us towards that. And one of the things I shared with you last month was that the kind of insight and research that's been done that says that individual development is not enough. I know that came as a shock to some of us, right? When we're talking about creating a world that works for all, when we're talking about community transformation, individual development by itself is not enough. It doesn't change systemic issues, systemic racism, systemic poverty, systemic issues that our world is and our communities are facing with. If we want to change those things, which those things must change in order for the world to work for everyone, then we must be engaged collectively, not only working on our individual piece, but working collectively side by side, shoulder to shoulder on systemic issues as a community. And that begins with having a community that is healthy, a community that stands solidly on its rock and is available to be present in the community. And so this year we've added a piece, and that is to have a word for the community. We've got a white paper on the wall here. And we're going to do one more song. If you are ready and willing, you can. There's a lot of us in here, so we might not get through the whole song with everybody writing on there. So we'll do as much as we can with the song, and then we'll transition, close the service, because if you're probably smelling some very good food, we've got black-eyed peas and collard greens. Amen, somebody. Come on, it's New Year's. We got to do it right. We got some grits that look like oatmeal. We call them ugly grits, but they're delicious. So we got all kinds of good things. And so we exist not for our sole collective individual greatness. We exist so that we can build community together. We must invest and build in healthy communities, in healthy systems that are committed to the work of collective transformation through systemic change. If you know me by now, you know that we're committed to that here. We're committed to that in terms of race relations in America. We're committed to that in terms of economic issues in America. We're committed to that. Environmental issues, we're committed to that. And it takes all of us to do that. And we can be available to that, and we can be much more available to that, to be present as a community, even if you're not. As somebody said, I'm so glad I was able to donate to Water for Jackson. I wasn't able to go, but I knew that you were there, right? And that's the way it works. You support us, and we will be out in the community even if you're not able. And so the final step is to build that healthy community together. So I invite you to think of a word on behalf of Spiritual Living Center of Atlanta moving into 2023. What is the word that you want this community to be built on? And of course, it'll be a collection of words because a community is a collection of people. But what is that word for you? And what is that word that not only do you want to see here, that you hold an intention for, and just like our individual word, it is a place that we are willing to be the vessel for, we're willing to be the home for. So it's a word that not just that we hold for the community as arm's length away from us, but it's a word that we hold for the community that we are a part of. And so there's an element of responsibility. I want to see this word made manifest in the community, and I'm willing to help. I'm willing to do my part. I'm a part of this word. I'm a contribution to this word. I'm a stand for this principle or idea expressing in this community this year. I'm tied into the intimate relationship of its success. And so take a moment to think of what that word might be. We are all longing to go home to some place that we have never been, a place half remembered and half envisioned, a place that we can only catch a glimpse of from time to time. Community. Somewhere. There are people to whom we can speak with passion without having the words catch in our throats. Somewhere a circle of hands open to receive us, eyes that will light up when we enter, voices that will celebrate us whenever we come into our own power. Community means strength, to join our strength, to do the work that needs to be done. Arms to hold us when we falter. A circle of healing, a circle of friends, some place where we can be free. Community on excerpt from the poet and writer Starhawk. What is the word that you are holding for SLCA in 2023 and are willing to contribute to? When you're ready, there's paper on the wall. We're going to do one more song, and then I'll come back and close it out. And if you don't get there, because there's a lot of us, and that's a good thing, then we will, as I said, end the service. If you've done your word, you can go get some food. If you're waiting to get to the word, you can get some food and then write. Just clean your hands before you write on the wall. I don't want grits and collard greens up on the board. Amen. We'll just flow it all together here. If you think of that word, we'll move this last song that ties us all together. And when you're ready, you may approach the wall, and we'll come back and close out the service together.
We're all a part of God's body. Stand with me, agree with me. We're all a part of God's body. I won't.
God's will.
I'm sorry.
That
Every need be supplied. You are important to me. I need you to survive.
you
Are important to me. I need you to survive. I need you. You need me. We're all a part of God's body. Stand with me. Agree with me. We're all a part of God's body. It is love's will that every need be supplied. You are important to me. I need you to survive. You are important to me. I need you to survive. I need you. You need me. We're all a part
right, Yolanda, Penelope, take a breath. We'll close this portion, and again, if you still need to get to the wall, you can get to the wall. We have our offering and other elements coming up here. We'll close out with this poem from John O'Donohue. For a new beginning. In out-of-the-way places of the heart, where your thoughts never think to wander, this beginning has quietly been forming, waiting until you were ready to emerge. For a long time, it has watched your desire, feeling the emptiness growing inside of you, noticing how you willed yourself on, still unable to leave what you had outgrown. It watched you play with the seduction of safety and the gray promises that sameness whispered. Heard the waves of turmoil rise and relent, wondered, would you always live like this? Then the delight, when your courage kindled, and out you stepped onto new ground, your eyes young again with energy and dream, a path of plenitude opening before you. Though your destination is not yet clear, you can trust the promise of this opening. Unfurl yourself into the grace of beginning that is at one with your life's desire. Awaken to your adventure. Hold nothing back. Learn to find ease in risk, and soon you will be at home in a new rhythm, for your soul senses the world that awaits you. For your soul senses the world that awaits you. And so we conclude this ritual and ceremony, burning bowl and white stone for ourselves, for each other, community. And we simply allow it to be, knowing that it is the foundation upon which we build ourselves and our community in this coming year. And so it is.
Reverend David, thank you. You belong. We all belong. We are all one. What a beautiful, powerful way to start the year. It is time to acknowledge our first-time visitors. If this is your first time at SLCA, we invite you to stand so we may welcome you. Our ushers are handing you a gift just for us. Please join and welcome the ambassadors for fellowshipping in the lobby following the service. Anyone here for the first time? We have a special gift. Thank you. For choosing the Spiritual Living Center of Atlanta as part of your celebration today. As we enter our time of grateful giving, we want to thank each of you that faithfully give to SLCA. It is because of your contributions that we can continue to spread our message of oneness. If you were inspired by the message today, please consider becoming a reoccurring pledger or give what is on your heart. You can conveniently text your gifts to 404-800-9467. You may also give with a credit card on our website or by using our digital program with the QR code displayed on the screen. If you wish to give by cash or check, our ushers will come through the aisles shortly to receive your contribution. As you hold your pledge, card, or gift to your heart, please join me in saying our grateful giving affirmation. I live in a universe of abundance. As I freely and joyfully give, I join in the divine flow, and all that I share with life returns to me multiplied abundantly. And so it is. Thank you.
Connect, grow, serve and give, living life where you belong. Connect, grow, serve and give, loving everyone. You belong. Connect, grow, serve and give, living life where you belong. Connect, grow, serve and give, loving everyone. You belong. You belong. Yes, indeed you do. We have one more song. We invite you to stand if it feels comfortable to do so. It's going to take us out to those collard greens and grits and black eyed peas. Come on. Happy New Year. Thank you, Reverend David, for wonderful service. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be. With God our Creator, family all are we. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now. With every step I take, let this be my joyous vow. To take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Happy New Year, everybody.